So today we're going to talk about reopening the economy and the dates that are being thrown out. May 1st, June 15th, whatever. It doesn't matter. And I mean that literally. Those dates do not matter. The pundits, the politicians, the councils, the governors, the president, they can reopen in theory whenever they want. But it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing because they don't get to determine when the economy reopens. You do. You as an individual. The economy will get back on track when you have confidence, not before. If they reopen too soon, they will destroy the economy. It's not destroyed right now. It's paused. It is paused. But if they reopen too soon, they will destroy it completely. It will go from a very, very bad recession into a really, really bad depression very quickly. Because the consumer won't have confidence. They won't feel safe, so they won't go out. They won't spend money. Right now, you have a whole bunch of people sitting at home because their workplace is closed. Those companies, yeah, they're in a bad situation. They have some expenses. They have rent. They have the normal stuff. And they don't have any revenue, and that's bad. I mean, that's business 101, right? So what happens when they bring people back to work because the government says we're reopened and there's no more relief coming? They bring people back in, and then they have payroll and all of the normal stuff that goes day to day with keeping whatever that business is open. But the consumer still stays at home, still doesn't feel safe. What happens then? They're in a worse situation. You can kiss every small business in this country goodbye. It's over. These politicians, these pundits, they are out there trying to line their own pockets and nothing more. Anybody who's telling you that we need to get back to work now, they're selling something or they're grifting. When this started, we knew where the initial hot spots were going to be. Big cities. And the media is doing a pretty good job of making it seem like that's where it's at because they're focusing on the number of people who didn't make it, those who didn't recover. However, if you switch that to the rate per 10,000 of the people who've got it, those hot spots switch real quickly. They become places like Albany, Georgia, Idaho, Mississippi, places like that. This is everywhere. It will continue to wreak havoc until it's over. This ends when it ends, when we have a treatment or a vaccine. That's when it ends. A reliable treatment. An effective one. That's when this ends. Not before. Not when the president wishes it would end. It's not how this works. There were a whole bunch of people who went up to Michigan, went up there and ranted and raved and screamed, whined and cried, and blocked a hospital. That side of the political spectrum in the United States is very fond of the saying, facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah, we get it. You're upset. Everybody's upset. We are all in this together. Some of us actually realize that. You going up there and screaming doesn't actually change anything. It doesn't. It doesn't make them find a treatment faster. Everybody's upset. Some of us are just dealing with it a little bit better. Because some of us have learned to trust, the experts rather than the people that have a long, long history of lying. If you want to destroy this economy, support these politicians. If you are an accelerationist and you are just done with the United States, support those politicians that want to reopen now, because that's what's going to happen. Pick on Michigan. I'll go ahead and talk about Florida. Florida's governor is ready to go. He's like, yeah, we need to reopen. Get everybody back. Cool. Sounds good. So all these hotels down on the beach, all these resorts, all these tourist attractions, you open up. There's no more relief coming. They bring their employees in. That's great. But nobody's traveling. Nobody's going to come here. That is the fastest way to bankrupt this state. If these politicians stopped for 1 second to care about the average worker and think about their position and how the average person is going to respond, they would understand that. The troops won't be home by Christmas. This is going to be a long thing. Even after safe at home is over, you're still going to have to social distance until there is a reliable, effective treatment or a vaccine. They're selling something. What they're selling is your life. It's not safe. It won't be safe until there is a reliable, effective treatment. Nothing's going to change that. No amount of political posturing, no amount of yelling at different media outlets, no amount of defunding organizations that are combating it. It doesn't change the facts. This is not under control. The government needs to provide relief. If they want to do something, they need to provide relief to the average worker until it's under control. Pushing it too soon, promising the troops will be home by Christmas means nothing. And let's say they do bring the troops home by Christmas and it's not over. They lose. Same thing here. If we reopen before it's over, we lose. Because every time there's a spike, and there will be, confidence gets lower. And right now, most people, understand the situation, and they're doing what they can to not transmit. If the government says it's over, well, it's over, and all those precautions get thrown into the wind. It'll be back. The government should spend its time trying to do its job rather than trying to spin its way out of this. The failures that have occurred, they're going to be publicized. There's no amount of spin doctoring. There's no amount of PR that's going to change that. The only thing that can make up for it is actually doing your job now. If you're done with the U.S., if you're just ready to bankrupt everybody, let's reopen now. Otherwise, stay at home. Wash your hands. If you have to go out, wear a mask. Don't touch your face. All the stuff you know you're supposed to be doing.